Hey guys, this is Mr. Grice for Algebra 2, Chapter 3, Pre-Test. Today we are going to be going through the pre-test review, so please go ahead and have this sheet out on your desk, or go ahead and print it from the website. All right, I'm all ready to go. What about you guys? Let's hope so. All right, let's zoom in. Start with problem number 1. We want to solve for x. There's the x. First thing we got to get rid of is that 6. It's positive 6, so I'm going to subtract 6 to both sides. We get 5 over 3x equals 35. Now to get the x by itself, we have to multiply by the reciprocal. Those cancel. Multiply by the reciprocal. Off to the side, I'm doing 35 over 1 times 3 over 5. We're looking at the kitty corners to see if they can reduce, and they do. Get 7 over 1. So 7 over 1 times 3 over 1 gives you 21. All right, problem number 2. With the parentheses on both of those, we're going to need to distribute first. And we get 12m minus 21 plus 8 equals, and don't forget to distribute on the back. 12m plus 30. You're going to go ahead and combine your like terms. You get 12m minus 13 equals 12m plus 30. You want to get your variables on the same side, so we're going to subtract the 12m. Ooh, but both of those cancel. And we're left with negative 13 equals 30. Okay, is that possible? No, so that's a no solution, and you can even use your pretty little symbol that we talked about. All right, let's go with problem number 3. Now, we've talked about how to get rid of decimals, and we do that by multiplying by the place value. It's in the second place value, which is the 100th spot, so you're going to multiply everything by 100. And you get 60 plus 13 equals 31. And then we're just going to treat it like every other problem. Okay, solve for D, subtract the 13, 60 equals 18. Divide both sides by 6, 18 divided by 6, what is it? Hopefully you said 3. All right, let's keep moving. Number 4. Now, with all these fractions, we want to cancel the fractions, and we need to do that by multiplying everything by the LCD. Okay, so to find the LCD, you would look at 2, 4, and 8 and find out what all the multiples are. It's 8. So we're going to multiply everything. So we get 24 over 8x minus, multiply the next one, you get 8 over 2 equals 8 times 1, 8 over 8x plus 8 times 3 gives us 24 over 4. So now that we got all that stuff, we're going to need to divide this out. 24 divided by 8 is 3x. 8 divided by 2 is 4. 8 divided by 8 is 1x. 24 divided by 4 is 6. We're going to subtract 1x to both sides. We get 2x minus 4 equals 6. Add the 4 to both sides. We get 2x equals 10. and then divide both of those by 2. Sorry, there's a little squish right there, but you get x equals 5. All right, number 5. We want to solve for y to get that by itself. So the first thing that we're going to do is get the x squared to the other side. And you get 5n minus x squared. And that equals 3y. Now, the y is not by itself yet, so we're going to divide everything by 3. And you will see 5n minus x squared over 3 equals y. Now, another way you might see that would be 5 over 3n minus 1 over 3x squared. Okay, those are both saying the same exact thing. All right, number 6. Number 6, we're going to cross multiply. So that's going to be 10 times 4m minus 1 equals 6 times 6m. After you distribute, you get 40m minus 10 equals 36m. Okay, we got to start solving, so I'm going to get the variables to one side. And you get negative 10 equals negative 4m. Divide by negative 4. A negative divided by a negative is positive. Reduce the fraction. You get 5 over 2. All right. Sean planted 21 rows of daffodils and roses in a local garden. He planted twice as many rows of daffodils as he did roses. How many of each flower did he create? So we know that the total right here is 21 rows. We need to know the relationship between daffodils and roses. Now the daffodils, they said, was twice as many as the roses. So if the roses are x, twice as many would be 2x. So now we set up an equation that all of those are going to equal 21. Combine your like terms. Divide both sides by 3. We get x equals 7. So what that means is that we have 7 rows of, oh, let's move that. So 7 rows of roses and 14 rows of daffodils. Now the way that I got the daffodils is we said that that was twice as many. So twice as many as 7, 2 times 7 gives you 14. Right. Kira wants to invest $500 into an account that pays 4% simple interest over 4 years' time. That is interest equals PRT. So off to the side, we're going to write down all of the variables. That's what we're looking for. The principal is 500. The rate is 4%, and we need to change that to a decimal, and the time is 4 years. So I'm just plugging everything in. Off to the side, we're going to start by doing 500 times 0.04, 0, 0, 0, 2, and we don't need to multiply the 0 out because we're going to get the same thing. So that gives us 20 times 4. So the interest is $80. Now, they want to know the total amount that they're going to have. So that's 500 plus 80, which is a total of $580. Okay, number 9, a pair of pants is on sale for 15% off, and the total cost is $80. What do you need to do? So we're going to take 100% minus 15% and get 85%. And that's what we're going to multiply by. So $80 times 0.85, 0.004. Pull the place value, 0.46. Add those numbers up. Put the decimal where it goes because we got two numbers behind the decimal. And your answer is $68. All right, number 10, the sum of three consecutive integers is 276. So, three numbers, x, x plus 1, x plus 2. You're going to take those guys, and those are going to equal 276. Combine your like terms, you get 3x plus 3 equals 276. Let's start solving for x. Subtract 3 to both sides. You get 3x equals 273. Divide all those by, ooh, can you do that in your head? Let's just do it off to the side. 3 doesn't go into 2, but it goes into 27 9 times. Drop the 3, 3 goes into 3 one time. Okay? So we know that x equals 91, but it wants three consecutive numbers, so that's 91, 92, and 93. All right, if 7 bananas cost $1.75, how much would 12 of the same bananas cost? What we're going to do here is we're going to set up a proportion, your bananas over your money. So 7 over $1.25 equals, they tell us 12 bananas, but we don't know the cost. So we have to cross multiply. 7x equals, off to the side here, we need to do 125 times 12. 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. Place value, 5, 2, 1. Oh, I wrote the wrong price. I'm sorry, guys. 75. Why didn't any of you guys yell at me? So let's start that again. 2 times 5 is 0, carry the 1. 2 times 7 is 14, plus 1 is 5. And 2 times 1 is 2, plus the 1 is 3. Now, 1 times 5 is 5, 1 times 7 is 7, and 1 times 1. Add everything up and put the decimal where it needs to go. So you get $21. Since those are all zeros, I do not need to write them behind there. Divide everything by 7 because 7 bananas do not equal $21. They equal 3. All right, Mary's driving east at a speed of 50 miles per hour. When she passes Mike, who's going 65 miles per hour. How long until they're 460 miles apart? So we're going to draw nice little cars. Everybody gets to be driving these little things. So Mary is going 50 miles per hour. So we've talked about that before. That's 50t. And Mike is going 65t. And we want to know when they are 460 miles apart. So we take 50t plus 65t, and that's going to equal 460. Add those numbers up, and you get 150t equals 460. To solve it, we have to divide both sides by 115. Now, I don't know that number off the top of my head, so off to the side right here, I'm going to pick a number and guess, which is 5, 4, oh, that's not it, that's too small. Okay, so now I'm going to do the next one. 4, 0, carry the 2 is 6, and there we go, 460. So we know that the t equals 4, and we're talking about time, so it's 4 hours. All right, the table to the right represents the price of different sizes of orange juice. Which brand offers the better price per ounce? So per ounce means that we are finding the unit rate. Okay, always bring the decimal up right away. 12 goes into 22 0 times, but it goes into 27 twice. And if you don't know this stuff, guys, you need to get your multiplication chart out. 12 goes into 36 3 times. So Tropicana is 23 cents. Next is Minute Maid. We're going to be doing the same thing with Minute Maid. Divided by 384. I'm going to bring the decimal up right away. 16 goes into 3 0 times, but it goes into 38 or 38 2 times, and that's 32. Subtract 64. This is where you need your multiplication chart. Okay? So Minute Maid is 24 cents, and the last one that we're finding is Florida's Best. So 378. I'm going to bring the decimal up right away. 18 goes into 3 0 times, but it goes into 38 2 times, and that's 36. Bring down the 8. 18 goes into 18 1 time. Florida's Best. That's the answer. All right, guys, last two. Almost done. So we have to solve and graph the equations. We're solving for c, so I'm going to start by getting rid of the -5. We get -3 less than or equal to 3 over 2c, which is less than 6. All right, we need to multiply by the reciprocal here, so times by 2 over 3, times by 2 over 3, times by 2 over 3. So off to the side here, 2 over 3 times -3 over 1. Those guys both reduce to 1, and we get -2. Okay, the other one, which is 6 over 1 times 2 over 3. Once again, look at your kitty corners, and we get 4. So -2 less than or equal to c less than 4, which is the answer. Okay, and now we need to draw the graph. At -2, we are closed. 4, it is open, and we shade everything in the middle. Interval notation for this is we have a closed circle at -2 and an open circle at 4. All right, last one. I'm going to treat it like it's two separate equations. Subtract 7 to both sides. We're left with -6x is greater than or equal to 12. Divide everything by -6. X, -2. And the reason I did that is because we divided by a negative. Okay? Now, the other side, subtract 14 to both sides. We get x is less than -3. So our two answers, x is less than or equal to -2, or x is less than -3. So let's graph that. Here's my 0, -1, -2, -3, there's -4. So at -2, we have a closed circle, and we shade to the left. The other one is saying that we have an open circle at -3. Now, when we write this in interval notation, we're starting at -infinity, and it goes all the way, including -3, to -2, where it is closed. Okay? Well, that's it for the Algebra 2, Chapter 3 pretest. If you guys have any questions, please come find Ms. Carranza or myself. We would love to help you out. Otherwise, good luck on your test. Thanks for watching.